buddhe Pullaravindayatapatra netra yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha prajwalito gnanamaya pradeepaha. Om Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Shambhavyai Namaha. Om Vahanam Vrishabho Yasya Vasukih Kantabhushanam Vame Shaktidharam Vande Vakaraya Namo Namaha. Omkara Mantra Samyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginaha Kamadam Mokshadam Tasmai Nakaraya Namo Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. So today we have just come into the Magha Masam. This is also a month for Lord Rudra, Shiva. And because we are getting Mahasivaratri, which is the king of Sivaratris. Every month we have got Sivaratri coming to us on Krishna Paksha, Krishna Paksha Chaturdasi before Amavasya. And we are just waiting for that to come on 25th or sometime in February. But all these days in Maghamasam are very important, right from the first day up to the last day, the Amavasya, the zero. And today happens to be the Vasanta Panchami, people talk about it. In next 2 days, we have got Ratha Saptami, where sun will gallop, he will turn his direction towards the north, and he will grow hot, and he will draw water, and he will be helping the land and people with the multiplied amount of water and wherever, whatever, however much they like. So tomorrow, that is Monday, we have got the Subramanya Swami Shashti, and where Subramanya is being very much worshipped and honored, and he is the son of Shiva, and therefore we have all these month dedicated primarily to Surya Bhagavan, to Rudra, Shiva, and Devi Saraswati, Devi Parvati, Devi Lakshmi, and so on. Therefore, on this day, we are also having the opportunity to know something about the Gita, the ideas regarding the sun, regarding the Shiva, who is extremely happy. His happiness, Santosham, has spread the whole universe because the he is a Layakara. And when he is doing his job sincerely, automatically all people will be very happy. Therefore, Laya is a very important thing because people are born, only exit, only entry is not important, there should be exit. That's why, according to Vastu Shastra, usually every house must have 2 doors, front door and second one, the last is the back door. So if that is to say, the Dvandvam is always important in this world. And you are to attempt in a way that you should become a Dvandvatita. When once you are able to understand your own Atma inside and the Sarira inside in Sarira, then you are having the Atma Gnanam. So Atma Gnanam is most important for all people. Otherwise, they cannot use their time upon the earth, an opportunity that they should also grow in multiple forms. But more important is spiritual. So the same thing is being said as Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, and Adi Daivika. These are the 3 modes of Trayas, so Tapatrayas. And not we have been going on with the journey thanks to this Gopi Chand, who has and sorry, I'm just to take a break for a while and then come back to you. Under pressure. This today I just little started it, but you must excuse me. Not talking much, we'll go to the straight to the text, which is written by, or which is the composition which is available to us. We don't know when Ravana lived. Exactly, those people say, but I don't know, somehow there may be several Ravanas in the history of our life, but no matter who is this Ravana, let us not know. So he is called as Dasagriva. So Dasagriva has written this particular stotram, and very important, and we'll just try to. I just recite these slokas, and today being the Sunday, Vasanta Panchami day, we'll enjoy uh, at least recitation. Then we'll go to the explanation of the a few more slokas which are left at the end. Om Shivaya Gurave Namaha. जटाटवीगलज्जलप्रवाह पावितस्थले गले अवलम्ब्यलम्बिताम् भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकाम् ढमड्ढमड्ढमन्निनाद वड्डमर्वयं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवः शिवम् जटाकटाः सम्भ्रमं भ्रमन्निलिम्पनिर्झरी विलोलवीचिवल्लरी विराजमानमूर्धनि धगद्धगज्जल ललाटपट्टपावके किशोरचन्द्रशेखरे रतिः प्रतिक्षणं मम धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी विलास बन्धुबन्धुरा स्फुरद्दिगन्तसन्ततिप्रमोदमानमानसे कृपाकटाक्षधोरणी निरुद्धदुर्धरापदि क्वचिद्दिगम्बरे मनो विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि जटाभुजङ्गपिङ्गलस्फुरत्फणामणिप्रभा कदम्बकुङ्कुमद्रवप्रलिप्तदिग्ध दिग्वधूमुखे मदान्धसिन्धुरस्फुरच्च त्वगत्तरीयमेदुरे मनो विनोदमेतु अद्भुतं बिभर्तु भूतभर्तरि सहस्रलोचनप्रभृति अशेषलेखशेखरा प्रसूनधूलिधोरणी विधूसरङ्घ्रिपीठभूः भुजङ्गराजमालया निबद्धजाटजूटक श्रियै चिराय जायतां चकोरबन्धुशेखरः ललाटचत्वरज्ज्वल धनञ्जय स्फुलिङ्गभा निपीतपञ्चसायकं नमन्निलीपनायकं सुधामयूखलेखया विराजमानशेखरं महाकपालिसम्पदे शिरोजटालमस्तु नः. Now I am reading the seventh sloka. करालभालपट्टिकाधिगत् धगज्ज्वलतु धनञ्जयाहुतीकृत प्रचण्ड पञ्चसायके धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी कुचग्रचित्रपत्रका प्रकल्पनैकशिल्पिनी त्रिलोचने रतिर्मम नवीनमेघमण्डली निरुद्धदुर्धरस्फुरतु कुहूनिशीथिनीतमः प्रबन्ध बद्धकन्धरः निलिम्पनिर्झरीधरस्तनोतु कृत्तिसिन्धुरः कलानिधानबन्धुरः श्रियं जगद्धुरन्धरः प्रफुल्लनीलपङ्कजप्रपञ्चकालिमप्रभा अवलम्बितकण्ठकन्दलीरुचिप्रबद्धकन्धरं स्मरच्छिदं पुरच्छिदं भवच्छिदं मखच्छिदं गजच्छिदम् अन्धकच्छिदं तमन्तकच्छिदं भजे अखर्व सर्वमङ्गला कलाकदम्बमञ्जरी रसप्रवाहमाधुरी विजृम्भमाणमध्रुवम् विजृम्भमाणमध्रुव्रतं स्मरान्तकं पुरान्तकं भवान्तकं मखान्तकं गजान्तकान्धकान्तकं तमन्तकान्तकं भजे जयत्वदभ्रविभ्रमभ्रम भुजंग आश्वसतु विनिर्गमत्क्रमत् स्फुरत्करालमाल हव्यवाटु धिमिद्धिमिद्धिमिध्वनि ध्वनि मृदंग तुंग मंगल ध्वनिक्रम प्रवर्तित प्रचंड तांडव शिवः जयत्वदभ्र विभ्र जयतु अदभ्र विभ्रमभ्रमद्भुजंग श्वसतु वीर्गमत्क्रमस्फुरत्कराल भाल हव्यवाटु धिमिद्धिमिद्धिमिध्वनन् मृदङ्गतुङ्गमङ्गलं मङ्गलध्वनिक्रमप्रवर्तितः प्रचण्डताण्डवः शिवः स्पृशद्विचित्र तल्पयोः भुजंग मौक्तिकसृजसृजोः गरिष्ठरत्नलोष्ठयोः सुहृद्विपक्षपक्षयोः तृणारविन्दचक्षुषोः प्रजामही महेन्द्रयोः समप्रवृत्तिकः कदा सदाशिवं भजाम्यहम् कदा निलिम्पनिर्झरी निर्झरी निकुञ्जकोटरे वसन् विमुक्तदुर्मतिः सदा शिरस्थमञ्जलिं वहन् विमुक्तलोललोचनो ललामभाललोलग्नकः शिवेति मन्त्रमुच्चरन् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम् इदं हि नित्यमेवम् उक्तम् उत्तमोत्तमं पठन् स्मरन् ब्रुवन् नरो विशुद्धिमेति सन्ततं हरे गुरौ सुभक्तिमासु याति नान्यथा गतिं विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य चिन्तनम् ॐ पूजावसानसमये दशभक्त्रगीतं यः शम्भुपूजनपरं पठति प्रदोषे तस्य स्थिरां रथगजेन्द्रतुरङ्गयुक्तां लक्ष्मीं सदैव सुमुखीं प्रददाति शम्भुः लक्ष्मीं सदैव सुमुखीं प्रददाति शम्भुः इति श्रीदशग्रीवकृतं शिवताण्डवस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्. So you observe that Shivatandava Stotram highly reverberating, and when you are studying this, you are not at all at peace. That is to say that you are screwed up of your spirits, and you remember the Paramatma, and you remember Shiva, you remember Lord Parvati, Goddess Parvati, and Shiva's activity, and Shiva's functioning, and Shiva's responsibility, and how he is able to inspire and get hold of so many things in the world at the same time, appropriately on time, giving exit for them also. So we have gone through some slokas explanation, but these slokas are so proverbial and so suggestive and so fully with the message that you cannot simply say the dictionary meaning and so I covered and it is complete. The dictionary meaning will not at all apply much. It's maybe that you will be knowing what is what, but there is a lot of depth in understanding, in communication, in the message connected to, because Shiva is all in all. Shivamayam Jagatu. So the world, entire Jagat is Shivamayam, meaning two things. One is Shanti. Ultimately, everywhere there is Shanti. For example, when you say that, Om Prithvi Shanti Antarikshagum Shanti Jaushyantirdiša Shantirapasyantiroshadhayasyanti Vanaspatayasyanti Girayasyanti Parvatasyanti Najyaha Shanti, and so on. Ultimately, Brahmasyantir Brahmanasyanti. Then you go to saying that Shantireva Shanti. Taya Shantya Prasamagum Samayatu. See, Prasama Samayatu, these are the things. So, in order that the disturbing elements are being removed, then we have to be doing that. So, in the ninth sloka and onwards, we have got to explain, because ninth sloka, I just read that you will be able to. I am reading the ninth sloka, so I just go to explain you the verbal meaning also, and then the ninth sloka reads like that: Prafulla Neela Pankaja Prapancha Kalima Prabha Avalambi Kantha Kandaliruchi Prabandha Kandharam Smarachidam Purachidam Bhavachidam Makhachidam Gajachidam Andhakachidam Tamantakachidam Bhaje. So you please pitch up your attention upon the last verse of each line, then it will be easy for you to understand the content of the slokam. The first line at the end, you see Kalima Prabha. The Kalima Prabha tells you that there is a wonderful brilliance shining, and at the neck portion of Lord Rudra, black as it is. You know that's why it's called as a Neelakantha. And that refers to Shiva's distinction by just consuming the Kalakuta Visha that got up along with various gases, poisonous gases, when that ocean was being churned by Devas and Asuras, making that Vasuki as the rope. And Vasuki was also strained so much, he was just vomiting a lot of venom, lot of gases. And so, because this is a pain for the Nagaraja, but imagine, so thereby the entire Visham he drank. And Visham will not at all keep quiet, it will do its job, something like Yama. Yama or Yamabhatas, whatever assignment they are given, they just do it. That is what a good sincere worker and a faithful servant. So, and the duty assigned to the venom is to kill. But what did Shiva did was he never allowed the venom to reach his stomach, nor vomited out into the world, but he contained that venom in his own throat. So ultimately, that venom, Kalakuta Visham, made the entire neck portion to some extent, and ultimately left the black mark or black speck in the kantha. The Kendra, who is a crest ornament of Lord Rudra, is also having the kalanka, is a black speck. That's a dot is there. But Chandra is highly shining in spite of the black speck there. That's what Kalidasa in Kumar Sambhavam tells that like Chandra, who is not having any kind of deprival of the moonlight, however, on the ground, but still he is that is no matter to you to the people upon the earth. They are getting the complete Amrita Kiranas from Chandra. And he says, Eko hi dosha gunasannipate nimajjati indoho kirane shiva ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಕುಮಾರ ಸಂಭವಂ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಮಚ್, ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂತಿ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೈವ್ಡ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಶಿವ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೇಮಸ್. And otherwise, before that kind of feat that Rudra has done, he was a Sitikantha. But he retains the Sitikantha also for a purpose of puja and all that. But nobody can remain like that. One has to toil, one has to work, one has to achieve something. That is the nature of the life. Whether it's a human life or otherwise whatever life it is, even for the gods also the same thing. The gods cannot remain same. So sada, that's why even Kalidasa again says in Abhignana Sakuntalam, he says Adiseshaha sada ahita bhumibharaha and sada gandhavaha prayati. See, gandhavaha is the wind god, Vayudeva. He is constantly on duty. Similarly, Adisesha is constantly on duty bearing the weight of the earth. Sada ahita bhumi bharaha. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಭೂಮಿಯ ಭಾರವನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ. ಸದಾ ಆಹಿತ ಭೂಮಿಭಾರ ಆದಿಶೇಷ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರಹ ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಓಷನ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನೆವರ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಎ ಓಷನ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್. Constantly, the samudra, the full water reservoir, will always constantly be giving you, whether you are in the night sleeping in your house happily, but the samudra deva, and he will not. That's why samudro hi udanvan udanvate samudraya namaha anta samudra narayana. Bhavanarayana. See, all are Narayana Swarupas. So we got the Samudra Narayana and Vishnu Rama is a Naranarayana. Therefore, there is that kind of contact between them. So ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, Prabha is Kanti, and not simply Bha is just Kanti, just brilliance. Prabha is exuberance of it. Exquisitely, there cannot be higher brilliance than that of that. So, Suryaniಗೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, either in speed or... So, in fact, as you know, that Jatayu and Sampati wanted to be a competitor for the speed of Sun. But Sampati got his wings burnt, and ultimately because he protected his brother Jatayu. So in this manner, the Prabha, the Kanti or the heat energy and all that is Kalima Prabha and Prafulla Neela Pankaja Prapancha Kalik. So Prafulla Neela Pankaja, Pankaja is the lotus. Prafulla means well opened, well blossomed blue lotus. So again there is a metaphor because the alankaras are there in order to increase the value and the beauty of that. Therefore, you observe that Prafulla, well blossomed, Neela Pankaja, blue lotus, Prapancha Kalima. So Prapancha Kalima is that which is very much similar to the well opened blue lotus. And like that, his neck is shining forth. After talking about that particular central point of the neck, Kandhara, and now Spurat, then let us come to the next line, Kandhara. Another description of Kandhara or the neck of Shiva is Kuhu Nisithini Tamaha. E Kuhu Nisithini Samaha means it is a Nisithini is the Ratri, and Kuhu the Ratri Devata. So Kuhu Nisithini Tamaha. The Ratri Devata is Kuhu Ratri Devata. ಆ యొక్క ಆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂತಿಯನ್ನು ತಾನಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಬದ್ಧ ಬದ್ಧ ಕೇಸರ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಬದ್ಧ ಬಂಧ ಕಂಧರ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಾರಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಿಮಾ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ that. So here you have got Kuhu Devi. And we have got two goddesses who are again the forms of goddess Saraswati. Today is Saraswati ಹಬ್ಬ and ಪೂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ for educational upliftment and success and prosperity. So ರಾಕಾದೇವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ, ಕುಹುದೇವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯ, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದಿ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ, ದೇ ಪುಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಡೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಕುಹು ನಿಶೀಥಿನಿ ಅಂದರೆ causing the night. So Nisitha is the night. So night goddess is Kuhu Devata. ಆ ಕುಹು ದೇವತ ಪಿಚ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ನೆಸ್ನು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ಬೀಂಗ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದಿ కొలిరియం, కాటుకకు కంపేర్ చేస్తారు. ఎంత కాటుక ఉందో అంత కాటుక కలర్లో ఉంటుంది రాత్రి. ఏమి సూచ్య భేదమైన ఈవెన్ యూ కెనాట్ ఈవెన్ రికగ్నైజ్. దట్స్ వై తమహ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಮವರ್ಣನ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಡನ್ by our poets and by our rishis and all that, because as much important is the light, so much important is the darkness also. See, I happened to meet one or see on great a sadhu who came from darkness, who always stayed in the caves, meditation, japam and tapam and all that. He never saw any light at all, but still he can tolerate very mild light, dim light. So when he came to give a talk in Mysore in the Trayi Vidya conference long back, organized by H.S. Nagaraj, he's a Swamiji there, and that's he made the moment that one gentleman came to the stage, there were focus lights. Then he immediately told, I can't stand the light, so make them dim. So in the dim light, he spoke very nice ideas about the Kundalini Shakti, about the Sri Vidya thing. Actually, the Sri Vidya is one given to Parvati or to all people only by Shiva. Shivanu kottirade Sri Vidya, where Ammavaru is being worshipped, meditated upon with the Panchadasakshari Mahamantram. So you see that each line, how it opens up when we sit to understand that. So you have got the blue lotus, and blue lotus is a symbolic one. And adura a blue lotus with its prafullatva or well-blossomed kanti, it is simply absolutely no comparison to that at all. Very beautiful, very attractive, very much entertaining to your eyes. And again, avalambi kantha kandali ruchi prabadha kandharam. So anta kandhara ide avalambida kandali. I'm going to 8th sloka, I'm sorry. So the kandharam, prabha kandharam, or baddha ruchi prabadha prabha kandharam. ಸೊ ರುಚಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಂತಿ ಆರ್ ಕಿರಣಗಳು. ಆ ಕಿರಣಗಳಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಭಾಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಆ ಕಪ್ಪು ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ಕಲರು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಮಾನವಾಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೀಲಕಂಠ ವರ್ಣನ. ಸೊ ನೀಲಕಂಠ ತವ ಪಾದ ಸೇವನಂ ಸಂಭವಂತು ಮಮ ಜನ್ಮ ಜನ್ಮನಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಟು ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ರುದ್ರ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ನೀಲಕಂಠ ತವ ಪಾದ ಸೇವನಂ ಸಂಭವಂತು ಮಮ ಜನ್ಮ ಜನ್ಮನಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಸೇವಾ ದಟ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಟು ನೀಲಕಂಠ, ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಜನ್ಮ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಕಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ we are going to have the scope. Therefore, here the Niruddha, Durdha, sorry, Kalima Prabharuchi, Prabadha Kandharam. And so, how is that? So, when you look at that black speck or black color or bright, it is just like Avalambikantham. So, that blue lotus looks as though it is Avalambi, suspending. Actually, you know that lotus generally bend. It will be bending itself. And ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ it becomes ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಲೋಟಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಲೋಟಸ್ಗಳು ಮನೆಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಆಫರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಡ್. But what you do is you try to open up the petals of the lotus and make it well blossomed like, and then offer to the devas, gods. So Padmabala Vibhushitaya Namaha. ಈ Padmamala Vibhushana is for Amavar, because you always make a prayer to her. Padma Priye, Padmini, Padmahaste, Padmalaye, Padmadala Yatakshi. Notice Padma, Padma, Padma. That Padma has got a great elaboration and discussion and commentations in our scriptures, in our Vedic texts. So, Kanjadala Yatakshi, for example, Ammavarana, ఏమంటారు కంజదళము అంటే ది బ్లాక్ లోటస్, ది లోటస్ లీఫ్. ఆ లోటస్ లీఫ్ లాగా అందంగా ఉంటుంది అమ్మవారు కళ్ళు. కంజనేత్ర, ఈవెన్ ఫర్ ది గాడ్, ఈవెన్ విష్ణు is also like that. So I think you understand the first two lines. Avalambi Kantha. In what is it Avalambi? That Pankaja Avalambi. Kantha Kandali. Ruchi Prabhadha Kandharam. So these two lines only, imagine Lord Rudra having that black speck which is comparable to that of the blue lotus, well blossomed blue lotus will be, and when once the lotus is well blossomed, there will be the immense brilliance, Kandharam. And again you observe Smara, Pura, Bhava, Makha, Gaja, Andhaka, Antaka. You understand? So these are all the Chidam, okay? That is, if you are doing a common algebra taraha madkondre, you take out the common factor Chidam and you just make it, what is a Smara plus Pura plus Bhava plus Makha plus Gaja and plus Andhaka and Antaka. Andhaka, Antaka. So you look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. ಈ ಸಪ್ತ ಮೃತ್ಯುಗಳನ್ನು, ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಫೆಲೋಸ್, ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ he is finishing them. So that's why now let us think of, spend some time on this. You know, Smara actually is a Sri Vidyopasaka, but he is very much supported by Devi Lalita. We are just trying to understand Lalita Parameswari from Lalita Sahasranam given by the Hayagriva on every Friday evening, for you morning in the Saturday morning. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ లలితా అమ్మవారిని ఆరాధన చేసిన వాళ్ళల్లో there are 12 Sri Vidyopasakas, classical, and among them Indra is one, Manmatha is another, and like that. So ఈ Manmatha is called Smara. Why that Manmatha has been, or Cupid has been given the name as Smara? Because the more and more you remember love, you become more and more attached. If you keep on remembering the girl or boy that you love very much, so premakke ending illa. And because of the love, people become very much strong and bold and want to enterprise themselves. So you see, all these cinemas or pictures or stories or books written, what is all that? It is all boy meeting girl stories. That is the Kathavastu. So a boy meeting a girl, and again there will be one villain try to obstruct them. Ultimately, the villain is done with, and they both become married or so. That is what is the Katha Vastu in all. And that is otherwise called as the Loka Charitam. It is how the way of the world. So Lokacharitam. And because of love, we have got so many other emotions interfering in Sringara, in Alankara Shastra, we have got it. Because he says, Kalidasa says, never the course of love runs smooth. ಮದುವೆ ಆಗೋದು, marriage is not the consummation of your love, but it is a beginning of troubles, beginning of many things. So smara, manmatha is a big subject. That's why it is said that smara haraha Shiva. So Shiva Radhana is being encouraged by all people, because Shiva is the only one who will give you enough strength to make yourself well oriented, very bold. So prema alone wins ultimately, but it is very difficult. For example, ಶಿವ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ, ಗಿರಿಜಾ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. Parvati did penance when she found that Shiva burning that Swara. So, Tatha, that's why Kalidasa in 5th canto, Kumar Sambhavam, he begins like that. Tatha samatsham dahata manobhavam pinakina bhagna manoratha sati nininda rupam hridayena parvati ಪ್ರಿಯೇಶು ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ ಫಲ ಹಿ ಚಾರುತ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಸುಮಾರು ಸಂಭವ ಮಹಾಕಾವ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಓದಿದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆನಂದ ಬರುತ್ತಂದರೆ, ದಿ ವೆರಿ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಟೋ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಹಿಮಾಲಯೋ ನಾಮ ನಗಾಧಿರಾಜ ಪೂರ್ವಾ ಪರೌತೋ ಜನಧೀವಗಾಹ್ಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಃ ಪೃಥಿವ್ಯಾ ಮಾನದಂಡ. ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ವರ್ಣನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾಳಿದಾಸ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಮಾನದಂಡ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್. ಪೃಥ್ವಿಗೆ ಮಾನದಂಡ ಹಿಮಾಲಯಾಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿಮಾಲಯಾಸ್ ಆರ್ if you take up any word, any concept, anything, it has got a large elaboration of discussion and importance and significance. So smara is a manmatha, but he is secret. Nobody knows who loves whom. ಯಾರು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್. ಅದರಿಂದಲೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮನೋಭವ. ಈ ಕ್ಯುಪಿಡ್ಗೆ ಮನೋಭವ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್, ನಾಟ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಲಗ್ನ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮನಸ್ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಆದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಇನ್ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಮನಸ್ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಅಪಾನ್ ಎ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಬಾಯ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಈ ಸ್ಮರ ಅಂತ ಮನ್ಮಥನನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಛೇದನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪಂಚಿಕ ಸುಖಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಗಮನವು ಬೇಡ. ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಟೂ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಪಂಚಿಕ ಸುಖಾಸ್, it is going to be a moha. So what is moha? So moha and moksha, they are the two sides of the coin. So if you want moksha, you should opt for the other side of the coin. But if you want moha, you will not success. So the moha and moksha, that's exactly the subject matter Katha Vastu in Anugita, which we have started on Wednesdays. And for you, it is a morning 7:30 a.m. in India. So at 7:30 a.m. on Thursday morning, if you are able to spare some time, you will understand how even Krishna himself does not depend upon his own knowledge, but he wants somebody to come and inform or talk about the Moksha Shastra or Moksha Vipraya and all that. So you observe that smaraha, haraha, and so chidam. So let us go to the pura. I think you know sufficiently about love. Love is always personal. And from personal, you can go to impersonal. But when you become impersonal love, that is different affection. But you should only love one girl, one man, one boy, and all that. That's why in marriage sutras, people say, choose three, boy or girl, select two of them, and marry one of them. ಸೊ ಈ ಸ್ಮರನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇವನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಲಗ್ನವಾಗಿಬಿಡತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದಲೇ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಲಗ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಲಗ್ನ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಜನ್ಮ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಈಸ್ ಹರಸ್ಕೋಪ್, ಲಗ್ನ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಇನ್ವಿಟೇಷನ್. So like that I can keep on talking on the word sarsmara, but all that smaratvam, all that is to be controlled, that you will grow beyond love. What is beyond love is moksham. That beyond love is moksham. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪಂಚಿಕ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಅಪ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಉದ್ಧರ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಉದ್ಧರ ಮಾಂ ಈಶಾನ, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಈಶ್ವರ. ನಾನು ಈ ಮಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಟಸ್ ತರಹ ಇದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ನು. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೈಸ್ ಅಬೌವ್ ದಿ ಸಂಸಾರಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. Therefore, in Lalita Sahasranam now, you have got Samsara Panka, Nirmagna, Samudharana, Panditaya Namo Namaha. Ammavaru, she knows, she is very clever. She knows all technology, all methodology, all ways out, how best, all upayas, how best she can lift people up above the samsaric mire. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈವನ್ ಶಿವ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಕುಹು ಸ್ಮರಚ್ಛಿದಂ, ಅಂಡ್ ನೌ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಪುರಚ್ಛಿದಂ. Pura is the Tripurasura. He has got 3 cities, and he was impossible. And he was a highly detrimental Rakshasa. He had so many things. And moreover, the cities were mobile. That's why Puras are mobile. See, mobile mountains, mobile trees, mobile stones, mobile cities. You imagine how are they safe to people? No. ಸೊ ಪುರಚ್ಛಿದಂ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದ್ದ ಆ 3 ನಗರಗಳನ್ನು ಆ ಪಾರ್ವತಿಯ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಪುರುಷ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿವ ವಾಸ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಎ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಹೈ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಷನ್. ತ್ರಿಪುರಾಸುರ ಸಂಹಾರಕಾಯ ಶಿವಾಯ ನಮಃ. So among all Asura Samharakas, Tripurasura Samhara was a tough job for him, and therein he got the success. So Tripurasura Samharakaya. And again, అమ్మవారిని, ఎందుకంటే అమ్మవారి యొక్క కరుణ చేత శివుడు అలా చేయగలిగాడు కాబట్టి అమ్మవారికి ఏంటంటారు, త్రిపుర సుందరి. అమ్మవారు, షీ ఈజ్ ది వన్, అల్టిమేట్లీ షీ ఈజ్ ద మోస్ట్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ ఉమెన్ who urged, helped Lord Rudra to finish that, and she became Maharagni, Srimat Simhasaneswari, Parabhattarika, Srimat Tripura Sundari. So and moreover, Shankara in Saundarya Lahari tells she is described as the very pride, very garvam of Lord Rudra, especially at a time when he was in fight with the Tripurasuras. And now let us go to the Bhavachidam. Bhava is the birth upon the land. Bhavati. Sanskrit verb ಏನು Bhavati ಅಂದರೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, Nabhavati, not there. So we are all, as long ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ we are all bhutas. ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ಭೂತಗಣಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಧಿಪತಿ ಯಾರು? ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ. ಭೂತಗಣಾಧಿಪಂ ವದೇ. ಸೊ ಭೂತಗಣಾಧಿಪಂ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭೂತಗಳ ಗಣಗಳಿಗೆ, ಆ ಭೂತಗಣ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಭೂತರು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಕ್ಷ, ಕಿನ್ನರ, ಕಿಂಪುರುಷ, ಸರ್ಪ, ಸ್ವಾಪದ, ಮನುಷ್ಯ, ಜೀವಲೋಕ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಭೂತಾಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಭವಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಭವವನ್ನು ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿರುವ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಶಿವ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾರಾಯಣ. ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಶಿವ ಬೇರೆ, ನಾರಾಯಣ ಬೇಕಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಶಿವಾಯ ವಿಷ್ಣು ರೂಪಾಯ ಶಿವರೂಪಾಯ ವಿಷ್ಣವೇ ನಮೋ ವೈ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಧಯೇ ವಾಸಿಷ್ಠಾಯ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಸಿಷ್ಠ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಋಷಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್, that Lord Rudra, Lord Vishnu, they are called Vasishthas. Maha Kanti is the Maha Bhavanru. Therefore, so he is called Bhavachidam. ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಬೇಡ. ಜನ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಶರೀರ ಸುಖ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇರೋಲ್ಲ, ದುಃಖನೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಸುಖ ದುಃಖ, ಶೀತ ಉಷ್ಣ, ಜ್ವರ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಗಳು. ಈ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಭವತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಬ್ರೆತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಪ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದ್ವಂದ್ವಾಸ್. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯ ನಿಗ್ರಹ ಅದು ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಯೋಗ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು go higher ups after our body leaves this body. That's why we have called it, Shankaracharya says, Swargadvara Kavata Patanakari Kasi Puradhishwari Bhiksham Dehi Krupavalambanakari Mata Annapurneswari. ಮಾತಾ ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣೇಶ್ವರಿ. ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಅನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿಟಿ, ಪುಷ್ಟಿ, ತುಷ್ಟಿ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡೋ ತಾಯಿ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣಿ. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೋ ಗ್ರೇಟ್, ಈವನ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಶಿವ ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಹರ್ ವಿತ್ ಬೆಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್ ಬೌಲ್ ಇನ್ ಬನಾರಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಭಿಕ್ಷಾಂದೇಹಿ. ಶಂಕರರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಗವಾನರು. ಆದರೆ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಗವಾನರು ಮಾತ್ರ became angry upon Kasi Pattanam. He was on the verge of cursing Kasi. ಆವಾಗ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ appears and curses Vyasa, saying that, no, you cannot deserve to be in Kasi. You are a sinner. You are trying to not understand the Kasi city. Go away. Therefore, you have got Kasi separately, dividing the original Kasi of Lord Rudra and Vyasa. So that we call it Vyasa Kasi. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಶಿ ರಾಜರ ಕೋರ್ಟು ಇದೆ, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಕೋಟ ಆರ್ ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಜನರಲಿ ಆಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಗೋ ಟೇಕ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಇನ್ ಗಂಗಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಔಟ್. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಶೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಗಂಗಾ ರಿವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಥ್ರೂ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಎನಿವೆ, ಸೊ ಭವಚ್ಛಿದಂ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಮತ್ತೆ ಜರಾ ಜನ್ಮ ವಿದೂರಾಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಜರ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜನ್ಮ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಟೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಜರಾ ಜನ್ಮ ವಿದೂರಾಯ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೀವ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಜನ್ಮ ಅಗೈನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಡ್ಲು, ಮತ್ತೆ LKG, ಮತ್ತೆ UKG, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮದುವೆ ಸಂಸಾರ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಮತ್ತೆ and all through the time you are having one or the other complaints to our body. ಈ ಜರ ಅಂದ್ರೇನಪ್ಪ? ರೋಗ. ಸೊ ಶರೀರಕ್ಕೆ ರೋಗ ಬರದೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ತಿಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಆ ಜರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರುವ ಆ ಜ್ವರವನ್ನು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನೇ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ವ್ಯಾಧಿನಾಶನಾರ್ಥಿ, ಪುತ್ರಾರ್ಥಿ, ಜೀವಿತಾರ್ಥಿ, ಮೋಕ್ಷಾರ್ಥಿ ಚ ಅಂತಾರೆ. So when once we are living, we are all beggars, seekers. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಧಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನನಗಿರೋ ದುಃಖ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ నాకు ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಬೇಕು ಅದು ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬೇಕುಗಳಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಜನ್ಮ ಇರುವಾಗ. ಈ ಬೇಕುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ರುದ್ರನೊಬ್ಬನೇ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಹೀಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಭವಚ್ಛಿದಂ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಂದರೆ ಮಖಚ್ಛಿದಂ ಅಂತ. ಮಖ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಜ್ಞಯಾಗಾದಿ ಕೃತಗಳು. ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಮಾಘ ಮಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸನ್ರೈಸು ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಯಜ್ಞಯಾಗ ಕೃತಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಲ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಫಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪುರಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಘ ಸ್ನಾನಂ. ಮಾಘ ಮಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ದಿನ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸನ್ರೈಸ್ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಏನು, ಸೊ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಿ ಮುಹೂರ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸನ್ರೈಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ 48 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ 90 ಮಿನಿಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಆ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಿ ಮುಹೂರ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎದ್ದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ರಾಮ 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 ರಮೇ ರಾಮೇ ಮನೋರಮೆ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ತತ್ವಲ್ಯಂ ರಾಮನಾಮ ರಾಮನಾಮ ಅಂತ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಜಯ ರಾಮ ಜಯ ಜಯ ರಾಮ ಅಂತ ಕಾಳಿ, ಆರ್ ಶಿವಾಯ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ ಶಿವ ಓಂ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸನ್ರೈಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಮಾನ್ಸಿಪೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜನ್ಮ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇಡ. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಖ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ಈ ಯಜ್ಞಯಾಗ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ವೇದಾಸ್ 2 divisions. ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಯಜ್ಞಕಾಂಡ, ಕರ್ಮಕಾಂಡ. ಅನದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಜ್ಞಾನಕಾಂಡ. ಸೊ ವೇದಗಳು ಏನು ಕೇಳಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಎ ಶಾಪ್, ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದದ್ದು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಎ ಕ್ಲಾತ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಯಾರಿ ಶಾಪ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಕ್ಲಾತ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಚೂಸ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾನೋ, ಸೀರೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಪಂಚೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಾಗಲಿ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಲಷ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಲಷ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಲಷಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಖಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಗೈನ್ ದಕ್ಷಯಜ್ಞ ವಿನಾಶಿನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣ ಅಂದರೆ ದಕ್ಷಯಜ್ಞ ವಿನಾಶಿನಿ, ಆ ದಕ್ಷನ ಯಜ್ಞವನ್ನು ನಾಶ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ವೈ ದಕ್ಷಯಜ್ಞ ವಾಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ destroyed? Because he was only one who cannot understand Shiva and Vishnu. He always looks them separate. And ನನ್ನ ಅಳಿಯನನ್ನು ಏನು ಕರೆಯೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂಥರ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್. ಸೊ his prime intention was ಅಶಿವಂ ಯಜ್ಞಂ ಕರೋಮಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಯಜ್ಞ without Shiva being invited or without Shiva's presence. And Vishnu is there enough for me. He is the Adhyayana. I go. There is the limping by Daksha Prajapati. And what did Sati there? The daughter, she thought her husband's insult is simply abominable, incorrigible, and intolerable. So in her own Atma Agni, she burnt herself in that. That was the cause which made Rudra, Maharudra, Atirudra, Kalagni Rudra, etc. to come out and see that the Daksha Prajapati is beheaded. And again all gods have requested, Aya is the Prajapati, Tumma Beku andre, he was given the Meke Tala. Therefore, Daksha Prajapati lost his original human head, he got it. So idande adakella karana yaru andre ಮಖಚ್ಛಿದಂ. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು, ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಎಗನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಬಾರದು. ಇನ್ ಇಫ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸೈಸ್, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡೂ ಎನಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬೋ ಡೌನ್ ಟು ದಿ ಫೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ಪುರುಷ. ಧರ್ಮದೇವತೆಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಧರ್ಮಗಳು ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆ ಧರ್ಮಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣವಾಗಿರುವ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, that has got to be revered. You cannot spurn your mother. You cannot kick your mother. You cannot kick the ladder which helped you to go to the top of the house. ನೀವು ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕಿಕ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಡೌನ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಕಮ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ದಿ ಲ್ಯಾಡರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮದರ್. ಥ್ರೂ ಹರ್ ಮದರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಾತೃದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಪಿತೃದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ದೇವೋ ಭವ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಖಚ್ಛಿದರಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಶಿವ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು destroy such yajnas where there is lopa. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್. ಏನಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಜಪ ಆಗಲಿ, ಹೋಮ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಗುಹ್ಯಾತಿಗುಹ್ಯ ಗೋಪಾತ್ವಂ ಗೃಹಾಣ ಅಸ್ಮತ್ ಜಪಂ ಸಿದ್ಧಿರ್ಭವತು ಮೇ ದೇವ ತ್ವತ್ಪ್ರಸಾದಾತ್ ಜನಾರ್ದನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಷಂತವ್ಯೋಹಂ ಅಂತ ಅವರ ಅಪರಾಧ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕಂಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಸೊ ಮಖಚ್ಛಿದಂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಜ ಅಂಧಕ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂಧಕ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂತಕ ಅಂಧಕ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ in the next class. Today I'm sorry I could not log in exactly at time. So we have got another Sunday this month. The other 2 Sundays we have got the lecture programs by learned scholars coming from different states of India this month. And next month we'll have people coming from different other countries. So anyway, our Nadaveda Adhyayana Kendra is having that opportunity to bring scholars from all over the globe. So with these words, making namaskar to Lord Rudra, we conclude. Om Swasti.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Vidyankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamasta. Shri Vasudevarpanamasta. Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu. Om Matru Charanaravindarpanamasta. Om Tat Sat.